So you're on vacation and you're checking into this incredible resort that you've been so excited to visit. During check-in, they're offering you some free goodies to sit through a presentation. Only 90 minutes of your time, they tell you. So have you done it? Is it worth it? This video, we're going to talk about the ins and outs of timeshare presentations, what you're in for, what to expect, how to avoid the pitfalls of spending a whole day for very little compensation, and how to determine whether or not it is worth your valuable vacation time to go and do one of these presentations. Coming up.
Where are we going next? Let's go.
Well, good afternoon. Here we are on day 2. So yesterday we literally just slept. I mean, we were so exhausted and tired. We ran around to groceries, got everything for the week, made sure that everything was good, and then, we decided to settle in, have some dinner. Nothing fancy, just some pizza, but really enjoyed our stay so far. So yesterday during check-in, we had a really great process, and I'm going to give you a full tour here, probably in the next couple days. I'll show you around, give you a full review and tour. But I wanted to give you a little bit about the experience checking in. So when you arrive at the property, standard check-in is like 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, but you can do an early check-in, which is kind of nice, like a pre-check where your room is not available yet, but you can go through the initial process of, filling out all this paperwork and giving your credit card for the deposit and everything like that. You also then go over to what's called like the activities desk or the concierge desk, and that's where they try to get you to go to their presentation. And then they offer you, in exchange to going to that 90-minute presentation, they, in exchange, give you something in return, tickets to something, some sort of experience. Now, I've talked in other videos about how at times we've done this to our benefit because we see something on that list that we really actually want to do already. And then we decide, okay, we'll go to the presentation. Not to mention, with my RCI membership and my own vacation ownership, there are times that things have changed over the years, and I like to get the updated information because I know at any time I could decide to upgrade and change my program and use some of the benefits that they currently have. Now, none of these are ever going to come without some significant costs. So we decided to sign up for today. We knew that we weren't really going to go head off property today. We're just going to relax, maybe hang by the pool. It's going to be a cooler, windier day, so we knew that we weren't really doing much anyway. Set it for about 2:45 in the afternoon. We did run a little bit late. It's supposed to be a 90-minute presentation. Now, first thing first, it will always be longer than 90 minutes. Just know that when you go into those things. They say 90 minutes, but it's usually going to be roughly about 2 hours, maybe a little after, depending on if you entertain the idea or not. So that being said, we got there about 2:50. We were a little bit late, so we didn't get taken back until about 3 o'clock. And we finished, we just finished a few minutes ago, maybe about 10 minutes ago. And let me look and see. Yeah, so we finished about 5:40. So just so that was about 2 hours and 40 minutes. Ended up being the presentation. So a little bit more than, the 90 minutes that they promised. But we also did entertain the idea. We also did talk about it for a while, asked for some time to consider it and mull it over before making a decision. The gentleman who helped us was very nice, laid out everything. Like I said, we are owners in the timeshare world, so that gave them some material to work with. They were looking to, so we're a week's ownership, and those of you who have partaken in the timeshare game for years, weeks are given a value that you can exchange through RCI membership anywhere in the world. So you pay a maintenance fee at your home resort every year, and then you pay an exchange fee anytime you want to trade out your home week to another location in the world. You also pay a membership fee to RCI that is every year. However, usually they run specials where you can get like 5 years or 10 years for a lower annual rate. So roughly that's about $100 a year that we spend for our RCI membership that gives us access to all of these resorts around the world. Now, what this was going to do, instead of a week's value, it was going to change it to a points value, which I have done some research on points in the past to see what they are, how they differ, what the benefits are. Ultimately, they were very friendly, very professional, but we know these are salespeople. They are going to try to get us to close the deal that day. And that's exactly what happened. After listening to everything, they gave us a tour of the 4-bedroom model. We were given the option to sign today. 2 different options available. One was like a VIP and one was the lower price option. The lower price option alone was going to be, full disclosure, it was going to be a $16,000 investment. We would still be tied to our old property, meaning that we would have to pay our maintenance every year, which is about $750. We would no longer have to pay an RCI membership. We would no longer have to pay an RCI. We would still have to pay an RCI exchange fee if we weren't staying at a Wyndham property. So the real savings was going to come with the RCI membership. And then we would be able to have greater access through RCI to a larger number of resorts. That being said, I've been doing really well managing our current membership and utilizing it to its fullest extent. Like I've said in other videos, I've been able to take, say, 1 week has our high value, a point value, and I've been able to break that into sometimes up to 3 weeks. Now I do have to pay an exchange fee each time I use it, but even being said, being able to get 3 weeks out of 1 week of value is huge. Points aren't going to work like that. Points are not going to be like that. So ultimately, did they give a little pressure? Yeah. We asked for 48 hours. Then they came with in the state of Florida, you get, 10 days to think about it. After you sign a deal, you get 10 days to think about it, and then you can go back and you can say, hey, I don't want to do it, and they'll undo everything. What they don't tell you is that's a really difficult thing to do. It's not so simple. Yeah, you come in with a letter, but it takes a long time to undo a real estate transaction. So they don't tell you all of that extra hassle you're going to have to deal with because they just want to get the deal signed today. But what I will say, after I made the decision, I said, you know what, I just don't feel comfortable. I need more time to do my research, to really look into it. And if you give me that 24 hours, I'd be happy to give you an answer tomorrow by this time. If you're not, that's fine. I don't feel comfortable moving forward. They were respectful. They understood. They, of course, tried to one last ditch effort. Like, well, you're paying the same amount. You were going to get so much more. And it's like, yeah, well, I don't feel, whatever you can call it. You can think I'm dumb, passing up this value, whatever. Sorry, I didn't help you make your commission today, but I'm not comfortable making a decision on the spot in a $16,000 expenditure. Not happening. So the other thing is they have their own maintenance fee. It's a monthly fee of $69 that you pay, and that adds up to about $700 a year. So on top of my annual maintenance to my home resort of $750, I was going to also be incurring another $700 some fee for the value for this program as well. So that was going to end up costing me more money in the long run. So that's why I chose not to and walked away. They were friendly, but so good. So once we said no and everything, they said, okay, well, we have a survey we'd like you to fill out. Go hear them out. We might have another way for you to try this out to see if you really like it. So we go in, another sales guide. This is the last ditch sales guide. They put their final offer on the table to give you 400,000 points over 2 years to utilize to try out the program. And then if you don't like it, you just walk away. If you like it, then you decide at that point if you would like to actually buy into the program. All of this for a cost of about $3,800. It just was not something we were going to be paying. And, they try to get you with that low price offer right before you leave. It's no different than when you see on Wyndham when they're saying, oh, $199 for a 4-day, 3-night vacation in XYZ location. You're going to go through this timeshare presentation. It is going to be timed, pressured. Understand that they want you to make a decision on the spot. But if you want just the cheap vacation and you can handle yourself in those situations and not feel bad saying no and walking away, then by all means do it. You can get some sweet deals. Like we wanted to do an airboat tour through the Everglades. Now those run anywhere from $40 to $60 per person, depending on the vendor you go with. And we got 2 tickets for that in exchange for our time. Again, it was right for us, not right for everybody. If you cannot stand sales pitches, if you are terrible at saying no to people, then don't do this to yourself, because you're going to end up signing away your life and buying everything under the sun. If you're pretty good about it, where you entertain the idea, you don't disrespect them, yet you still have the ability to say no, then by all means, this can be a great way to save a ton of money and have a great additional way to, get to see some sights and not spend the money that you were planning on spending. So those are my thoughts for today. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my time here by the pool. It's a little cloudy, overcast day today, so it's a perfect day to hang by the pool and just not get too hot and everything. And so if you are considering doing a timeshare presentation, understand they are there to sell to you. They are there to entice you, tell you all the great things. You have to be very mindful of all the hidden costs, the extra costs, and everything else, and what you might be giving up if you are a timeshare owner already. If you're not a timeshare owner, it gets even more interesting, because the initial costs are going to be quite high, and they're going to sugarcoat it with all the wonderful benefits, but not really go into all those additional costs that are associated with timeshare ownership. So thank you for joining me today. I will catch up with you again soon. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I'll catch up with you guys next time on the Traveling Chzhed. Until then, travel safe.
Where are we going next? Let's go.